And we're live. You can talk. Now you can talk.
Oh,
right.
So,
well, of course, now nobody wants to talk.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm confused because I was under the impression that John Bon Jovi was going to be joining us tonight.
Oh, holy crap. That's funny.
yeah.
That's funny. I'm glad it was that name. It was from previous like family Zoom calls. I'm glad it was that name that showed up and not one of like the vulgar names I chose to use amongst family and friends. So I'm pleased with John Bon Jovi. I'll keep it there.
All right. Well,
yeah, I'm disappointed he didn't join too.
I'm a little disappointed. I'm not going to lie.
It's amazing that we got him.
Right? Yeah. It's amazing we even have a Zoom account, so.
But I am happy to be talking to you guys, the gentleman from Crooked Ways, a band from the Lehigh Valley area, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Correct.
Hard rock band, right?
Got it.
And you're going to be releasing a new song and video for this song tomorrow, which is awesome. I had the pleasure of seeing it early and hearing it early, and we're going to premiere that later on tonight or tomorrow, rather. This is recorded. I'm sorry, it is. who we fooling here? But
movie magic.
The listeners and audience will be able to check it out a day early. So thanks for letting me do this. I was actually shocked when you reached out to me and said, "Hey, can we do this?" I was like, "You guys know that I'm just a nobody from Scranton, PA, right?"
Hey, we're nobody's from Bethlehem, so it works.
Perfect.
Thanks for being the guy to make it exclusive first. So.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We were super excited about it. I mean, I can't speak for the other guys, but I've been aware of who you are and what you've done in the local scene for a while now. So, to you, you're a nobody, but to us, you're somebody. So take that for what it's worth. So we're super excited about it.
If John Bon Jovi says I'm somebody, then all right.
There it is.
Yeah, living on a prayer, baby.
Call it a day.
So I guess the guy in the bottom of the screen, I'm not sure of his name, but I guess we are popping his Zoom cherry this evening.
Oh, yes.
Steve.
This is my proper introduction in the 21st century. This is happening. My house is being set up as a smart house, and everyone can probably watch me now, so it's probably great, right?
Yeah.
The government is watching. I mean, John Bon Jovi is a Joe Biden fan, so I think that you're in trouble.
And Big Brother's coming right into your house.
But we'll start with Steve. Steve, what do you do in the band?
What do I do? I hit things now. I play drums.
What doesn't he do?
Yeah, I play drums. A little bit of vocals here and there. So
dabble in the vocals.
Yeah, some of the greatest backup vocals out there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I guess we'll start with John Bon Jovi. What is your real name, and what do you do?
Real name is John Mayer. No, I'm kidding. Real name is Nick, and I play guitar.
Very cool. And the cool guy in the cool sweater.
That's me. All right, sick. My name is Patrick, and I play bass.
Cool.
You do have a cool sweater.
It is.
Thanks,
I love
man.
it.
Yeah.
My last interview, I had a something similar, but it was like there was no button down. It was just a.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They got
last but not
the
least,
cardigan lifestyle.
Yes. And last but not least, you.
Zach.
Do that.
All right. So I'm Zach. I'm the vocalist in the band. You can hear the train going by right now, which tells you I am in New York City for sure.
Oh, very cool.
That's how you know it's legit, because you can hear that going by. Yeah, I try to make everybody happy.
So what do you do in the band?
I sing. I said that already. Yeah, I do vocals. I yell a bit. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
He pleases everybody.
Yeah. Well, let's not get into that. That's not the time or place for that.
We can talk about it.
So, do you live in New York City?
I do. Yeah. I grew up in Lehigh Valley, so I still claim Lehigh Valley as far as these guys go. But
okay.
I live and work here now.
Oh, very cool. What do you do for work?
I'm a video editor and videographer. So I work
cool.
with John Boy Media. If you know baseball, you know him. But it's a lot of fun. We make videos about baseball and everything else, and it's all online content. And some of them, most fun I have. I'm really lucky to have that job. Most fun next to playing music.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I got you.
For those who don't know who John Boy is, he is one of the people responsible for making the Houston Astros scandal known to the larger general public about how they cheated in the 2017 World Series. So when people usually ask, like, why is your singer in New York City? That's usually what I leave with, and they're like, oh no, get out.
Oh, so you're a big you don't like the Astros then, right?
I don't like the Astros.
I'm assuming you're a Yankees fan.
I'm wearing the hat, but yeah.
Oh, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. It's on top of your head. I couldn't see it. If you look down, I can see it.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm a Red Sox fan, so
That's cool. You know,
Nice.
you guys had a tough year, so I only feel bad. That's all.
yeah, we had a great decade, so I'll take that too.
That's fair.
I say we as if I'm on the team.
I've done the same thing. Yeah.
No, I do not play for the Red Sox, and I will not fake that I do. But so, and then, are you the rest of you guys from the Lehigh Valley area?
Yep.
You guys all live there still.
We all currently live here. I'm the only one that's not from the area originally.
I'm not from the area originally, Steve.
Oh, that's right. Patrick, you are not from the area.
No, I live in Macungie now, but I grew up closer to Philly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what brought you guys to the Lehigh Valley?
The sites. No.
The fall foliage.
Exactly. No, the great collection of allergens that the Lehigh Valley has. No, I went to school in Kutztown, and then after I graduated, I got a job in Kutztown, so hung around, and then my fiance lived in Bethlehem, and then we lived there for a little bit, and just got a house in Macungie last month. So
Cool. Congrats.
because I'm sticking around here for a while. Yeah.
That you said engagement though. What did I say before we started?
Yeah,
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. In case my wife does watch this.
It's not too late, Pat. You can cut off.
True.
Yeah, you didn't say I do yet. You didn't get that several $1,000 piece of paper.
Fair.
So, I mean, like I said earlier, you guys have a new song coming out, video for all that. What I noticed about you guys, I'm not familiar with your band prior to you reaching out. I have watched a video. I've listened to some more other songs. What about this video and song is special? I guess you could say.
For me personally, and any of the other guys jump in, we really think that this is it really embodies who we've become as a band. If anybody listens to our first album, it's pretty eclectic, kind of goes all over the board in terms of genres, but Steve was actually kind of the missing link that we've always needed. We always needed a solid drummer and somebody who was just interested in kind of similar music as we are. And once we got Steve into the band a little bit over a year ago, he just made everything click. And I think it really changed, at least the way I look at writing songs. And I think this song really represents probably the closest to our core sound as it possibly could. I don't think anybody would want to stick to a single sound throughout their entire career or through all of their different discographies, but I think this one is pretty representative of who we are right now. If you had to pick one song that would represent us, personally, I would probably throw this one out right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed about the song, and I hate doing this, and I've said it several times when I talk to bands and musicians, but I hate to compare them to other bands or things like that, because I hate to throw out a name that maybe one of you guys hey, hate that band. Like, oh my God, you compared us to this band. How dare you? But so I won't compare you to a band, but I will compare you to a time frame. And I feel like what I hear in the song is kind of like early to mid 2000s.
That's interesting.
It's not insulting.
I'm
right?
curious.
Yeah.
No,
Nobody's offended. Yeah.
I don't think anyone would be offended by anyone you compare us to. I am curious to see who you would compare us to.
Yeah, so I was listening to the song again before we jumped on here, and I can't pinpoint a specific band, but it's that for me at least, it's that's like early to mid 2000s, like rock.
I dig it.
Yeah, it just it's melodic for sure. But yeah, I dig it.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Like, and thank you first of all. But like especially with, I know me personally, like growing up, that's everything that I listened to was, that was my generation for sure. And listening to everything from, Green Day to My Chemical Romance, and going off of that emo stuff into like getting heavier as I grew older. And I think that like whatever I listened to in high school and college is like stuck with me and kind of made what our sound ended up turning into. So the influence are definitely there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so is that train.
Yeah.
It always comes at the best time.
I used to live. There's a train track behind my house, but my previous house. So I feel your pain, but mine was like twice a day, and yours sounds like it's much more than that.
It's honestly only when I do stuff like this that I notice it. It feels like it's extra when I'm doing this, but like most of the day I'll just be like watching TV or whatever and just be like,
yeah, no big deal.
Nothing at all. Yeah.
And I know you guys started in 2018, correct?
Yep.
And
Yep.
Steven, did you jump in just recently or within the past year? Or?
About a year ago, actually, a little over a year ago.
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
I think he said over a year ago, right?
Can you hear me now?
A little bit.
Sounds like you're going underwater.
Are you on that train?
He's failing these first Zoom calls.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
There
perfect.
you go.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
So a little over a year ago, I joined up with these guys.
Now, did you like lose a drummer, or were you like, you know what, this isn't working out? We need to find someone that kind of fits more of our style.
Oh man,
And I'm not trying to like have you talk ill will on anybody if that happens.
No.
It's up to you guys. You can go wherever you want to go with this. I'm not, but
We could have a whole podcast on our previous
We've had-
drummer history.
We
The
haven't
Drummer
had any.
Carousel podcast.
Yeah, we've never had any personal issues with anyone
No.
drumming with us, and we're very blessed by that. But also the hardest thing is finding someone who fits the sound that we were going for, and like wanted to also be we're dedicated to a point, but also like everyone else that seemed to be involved before Steve came around didn't have the time to commit to it that we did.
sure.
And I think like we had a friend of ours who did the drumming on our first album, and he was great, and we asked him if he wanted to stick around. He's like, I can't like put the time in that you guys are. So luckily Steve was like everything we were looking for and more, and super happy
Cool.
that we
Thank you.
got him in now.
And obviously 2020 was not good to any of us, right? How did you guys navigate the year? I mean, obviously, and I feel like a broken record because I talk to bands and it's kind of the same story. Like, how are you getting through it? What, obviously this isn't the year you were planning for, yada, yada, yada. But I mean, everyone has a similar yet different story. So, as far as a band is concerned, I mean, did you have dates that you were set to go out on? Like, not a tour, but like, maybe a tour. Or, what kind of happened in the year 2020 that wasn't really what you planned for?
Yeah. Well, first of all, we'll say that we named our album "Time to Panic" in September of 2019, and then it came out 3 weeks before everything shut down. So we'll start off with that. Seems like a bad omen, first of all. No one could have predicted that coming.
This is
but
your
luckily,
fault.
yeah, exactly. So we're hoping with the release of something new, we kind of shift out of it and bring everything, take the Time to Panic era away, but we'll see what happens. So we were lucky to get one last show in before everything shut down with Another Day Dawns at the
awesome.
Hammerhead Lounge, Hampton, and I think that was literally like the weekend before everything went to cahoots. So it was really great to play that one last show, which we didn't know would be the last show for a while. But a couple of things we did in between them, we did a few different live streams. We tried to think of different ways to get creative with the live streams. So we had like an all covers live stream where people could vote on our Facebook page, like 3 songs they wanted us to hear. So they kind of built the set list. So people tune in that way. We did, and then we premiered this song actually for the first time at the end of that podcast live. And we just thought of different like merch promotions we could run, different ways we could interact with fans on social media, and just kind of see how we can navigate the world in 2020. We did some like Instagram Q&As, things that we might not have done before. And in terms of shows that we were supposed to play and didn't end up happening, we had an album release show planned with a kind of were with us along the way, or we played shows with and kept Lehigh Valley bands. We had a festival we were supposed to play in New Jersey that was actually with Metro Station. So that would have been really cool. Jersey. We were supposed to play at the Sherman Theater with the Four Horsemen of Metallica tribute band, which got postponed. So a lot of different shows kind of got put on ice for now because of COVID.
Yeah, I think the toughest thing was like having like our album come out and getting ready to hype it up and promote it throughout the rest of the year, and then not being able to do anything beyond social media promotion. Like we wanted to get out there and get it in people's hands and get into people's ears in person. And I think, that's the toughest thing, was not being able to do that.
So instead we kind of wrote a new record.
Yeah, no, that was the silver lining, is that we used all the extra time just sitting at home, like to be able to write something completely new.
Cool. A lot of bands did the live stream stuff, and I'm wondering if bands will continue to do that once we kind of get out of this and you guys get out more and play. I think it's a great way for you to interact with your fans, but obviously the time you were doing that was more likely time you would have been performing an actual show, so it probably could be a little difficult to try and do both, right?
Yeah, probably. It might only be one or the other if Zuckerberg decides to pull the plug on live streams on Facebook. So people might need to start finding another platform too. No, Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say I see a lot of bands just kind of like doing practices and kind of just like, here's us like a behind the scenes, like here's our writing process and here's how we do things on Twitch. And maybe when things get back to normal, if we still want to keep that online presence, maybe keeping the actual performances to a live audience, but maybe doing some of the more intimate behind the scenes stuff, so just like a social media gig. Yeah.
And one thing that was cool too, that a lot of people I talked to just had more time to be creative and write. So that's cool, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have about like 4 or 5 songs we're just tossing around to each other, seeing what sticks. And we've played through them all at least like once or twice together. But speaking of Filth Wish, like we rented a practice space in New Jersey a couple times over the summer, and literally like the first time we played through it together, it was like, holy shit, like that's a really good song. There's some songs that you play and you're like, all right, well, I want to rework that part or this part, or maybe like make that part longer. And we played Filth Wish, and it was like we played together 100 times before, and it was the first time we ever played it together. And that was like, I think that was one of the really turning points. You're like, all right, this sound works for us. This is the sound we want to go with, at least for this period in the band, just because it felt so cohesive. And it was really the first time I think we all felt like that for a song together, and it was really cool.
Is that why you chose Filth Wish as the single and the video?
Yeah, just it felt the most complete right off the bat, and we felt the most confident in it, forging this new era, I guess.
Yeah, for me it was like the minute you hear the first riff, you're already on board with the song, and so I was like, makes a good impression right away.
For sure.
Yeah,
it definitely is different from what I heard on the first album.
Yeah, I think there's a couple songs on the first album that start to scratch that itch that we were looking for, and then it was all a matter of putting it all together and taking everything we learned from making the first album, and obviously getting Steve in there, and then it all kind of like the project that we're putting together, like the title of it is gonna like kind of describe like the feeling that was all that it all ended up being. And we're not announcing that yet, but like it's something that we're excited to eventually have a new project to put out there because it really means a lot to us.
Very cool. And as far as like, and you do a lot of teasers in the videos, like Zach, is that you doing those?
I make all all of them, I think, most of them at least. But yeah, I edited the music video. I do the teasers. Sometimes Nick or Pat has a little teaser in there, right?
Yeah, Zach's pretty much like the video guy, and then when it comes to like Photoshop work, that's sometimes where I jump in, and Pat and Steve are kind of like any other content or like posters they're able to put together, they'll throw in there.
Yeah, I made the new project artwork, and I made a lot of our single artworks. Nick made the single artwork for Filth Wish, but yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's pretty cool. Like you're almost your own in-house like marketing firm. Like you don't have to go outside of your band to do the videos and the social media and all that kind of stuff.
It's
One
it's
time we
kind
tried to
of
go.
it's kind of becoming somewhat of a norm now. I'm noticing within like local band communities and stuff. Like everyone's just kind of running their own ship, and I think that's kind of awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've got to make some really cool stuff because we can just kind of do what we want and we know what we want. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Patrick, you were going to say something.
Oh yeah, the one time we did try to go. So when we had our first album, we tried to go out of house for the album cover. And we tried to do like they're like, all right, like, you know, it's our first album. We literally don't have like a physical release or like an actual release to our name. So let's just see like what Fiverr's all about. So we went on Fiverr, and we tried to find art, and it's like some of the album like submissions that people gave us outrageous, and we tried to incorporate like at first we had the idea from like each song on the album, so there was going to be a lot of symbolism, and some people took the symbolism like super literally. So there's literally one album artwork where it's like some guy riding on a motorcycle on a road on the right side, and then for what on the one of those
Oh no!
like white.
Wait, Pat, say that again.
Yeah.
You cut out a little bit.
Sorry. So on the right side of the album cover was like a road going distance, and there was a motorcycle on it, like a guy on a motorcycle riding off in like the sunset. And then for whatever reason, on like this on the left side was like one of those white event tents, and then just like a huge islander. I was like, what does this have to do with anything? And there was like so many like that it's like such. We're like, all right, well, this is what happens when we go out of house. So let's just kind of keep, you know, I think we have a good balance of creativity between us. I think we're all like pretty specialized things. So let's keep it in house, you know?
So I think what Pat was trying to say was, because you kept cutting out. I don't know why, but it's like almost like they don't want the story to be told. And then by they, I mean like the powers that be and the internet world. But don't use Fiverr is what I got out of that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could find plenty of artists for something else, or maybe they would work for you. But like just whatever, we weren't on the same wavelength as whoever we talked to, and we just were like, yeah, you know what? Let's not waste any more money on this.
Right. It's gonna be hard too, though. Like I mean,
get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Well, there's that, right? For sure. But also, like, I mean, we can do so much remotely, right? But I feel like, you know, coming up with designs and you know, having someone that kind of gets who you guys are and kind of that you can talk to like on a more regular basis or, you know, one-on-one, that kind of would help to develop the art. And when you can't do that, because I'm sure it's more like a, you know, just an online thing where you kind of submit stuff. And, you know, was there any ever like a conversation that you guys had? How does that work?
No, it's like a single form you fill out,
right?
But you're limited to what you can send them too. So
right,
it's like,
right. So yeah,
what do? You play in a band. Okay, I'm going to make an artwork, a piece of artwork for your band. You've seen what probably the first album artwork looks like. It's like purple, chaotic. There's a guy missing his head. The first piece we got back was a tree. It was just a single tree with a blue sky. Like literally 180 from what we asked for and what we ended up with. So that kind of paints the picture, right?
Yeah, that's hard. So it's cool that you guys can kind of do things internally. is what I'm getting at.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, we're certainly lucky that we can all kind of use our abilities to, like, it all comes up at different moments throughout whatever we've needed that has come up. Like someone is able to tackle it, so that's really cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Filth Wish and the video. Who filmed it?
Oh, okay. Nick, you should talk about this. Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah,
Great
this was-
question.
Yeah, very intuitive question. This was a friend of mine, Ted Colgrove. I had worked with them previously, and he ended up becoming kind of our, when we do outsource any kind of creative work, he's kind of our guy. He's done our photo shoots. He's done a few live stuff for us, and definitely in the future, he's gonna hopefully keep being there for any kind of media that we need. But he's just a Swiss Army knife when it comes to being a creative asset. He can do anything, video, Photoshop. He is very much the definition of a creative. And if any other band out there needs any help, I definitely recommend you look him up. His last name COLEGROVE on Facebook. He loves just being a part of it. He was so excited to be able to do this, and it turned out great. So
Yeah.
we're happy to have him.
Yeah, he's been a super awesome friend to all of us, as well as being super professional. And like I think it shows in like his footage is like awesome. Like I was like having a blast, like editing all that. Like I loved like just how it looked and what I was able to do with it.
What do you guys think? Do you want to play it?
Absolutely.
Let's give it to the people.
We'll give it the premiere, the Popko Project premiere. This is the first one. Exclusive. All right.
Woo.
Well, this is the song Filth Wish by the band Crooked Ways. Here it is.
With a little dirt and passion, I see what
All right, so that was great. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Well, I hope you did. You were in it. But I mean, obviously, one thing I noticed was a lot of whites as far as the clothing you're wearing and the lights, and there's also the red as far as a darker mood, and then the ink on your face. Is there some kind of symbolic things behind that, or what's that about?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Nick also wants to talk about this.
Behind doing it on a budget and kind of throwing random ideas out there, the way I kind of came to interpret it was kind of the duality between good and bad. So you have the darker clothing, kind of maybe the more antagonistic side of any kind of character that you're playing in your life, and the light is kind of representing more of the good. If you want to get theoretical, that's how you can look at it. That's how I looked at it. But if you want to be like realistic about it, I stole the idea from my favorite music video, which is Afterlife by Avenged Sevenfold, where they kind of did like a swapping of clothing between like different parts of the song kind of thing. And I was like, hey, this could kind of be cool. We didn't have cameras that would be able to like fly over our head and throw the full effect in that they did, but that's kind of where we were going with it.
Yeah.
The budget.
We're not the first and only band to ever like do a clothing change.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, I was waiting when I saw the
Yeah.
white shirts. I'm like, something's gonna happen to these. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I think
We
it
wanted to be
really
the
helped-
Backstreet Boys.
yes.
Yeah. But
it really helped too that like Nick has a black guitar and I had a white bass. It was kind of we didn't do it intentionally. It's kind of happened to be that way, but we figured that was also a nice touch for the video to have that duality as well.
I didn't think about that. Good call, Pat.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, and Nick, you shred in that video and the song.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thanks. I try to make it look like I know what I'm doing, but
Definitely do.
It's also the first Crooked Ways song with slap bass, FYI.
Yes.
I did see that wedding ring on Nick's finger, though. I'm like, geez, what did we talk about? What did we talk about
Right?
today?
sorry, Johnny.
All these
Come on, man.
things. You guys are young. You guys are young. You don't listen to your elders.
You should have got to us before the weddings.
I know.
I
No,
wanna-
marriage is great.
I want to make sure I say it because Nick is very humble in his abilities, but he kicks ass. Like he's
Yeah,
awesome.
for real.
Yeah.
I played with a bunch of guitar players, and for real, Nick's up there with everyone. So
Oh, you're gonna make me cry on the internet.
do
On
it.
the- And in the Zoom.
Steve, this is where you have a camera malfunction and just shuts off.
Right. Whoop.
No, but you guys all like seem like you're super into this. Obviously, this is where you want to go with it. You seem like really nice guys. I wish you guys all the best because the song is awesome. And you're just nice guys. I like seeing bands. I mean, I've met a lot of bands throughout the years, and it's always nice to see a good group of guys who kind of all want the same thing and collectively are moving the band in that direction. So it's cool.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank
We think you're a nice guy too.
Yeah.
I try. I
Don't
can
be
fool-
so humble.
I fool a lot of people on the internet.
Yeah,
It's
so do
really-
I'm gonna go choke my cat after this. I might seriously do it though. I stepped in vomit when I came
Oh
downstairs.
no.
Oh no.
man.
That's one reason I was a little bit late.
Well, it really means a lot that you said that stuff because we certainly feel like we're at our like collective best that we've ever been, and so it's everybody here like it works so well together and we are just having fun and we hope that shows.
Yeah, I think it definitely does. And I hope that we kind of, it's the new year. Hopefully we can just move forward a little bit.
Yeah.
It's been a hell of a year in 2020. And I hope that 2021 is a little better.
Yep. Spirits
Absolutely.
are bright. Things are looking optimistic so far, so we'll see what happens.
Are you guys for, and you don't have to answer this, but are you guys for the vaccine or against it? Would you get it? If I was going to give it to you right now, would you take it?
I would
If you-
take it. Yeah.
Yes.
If you were giving it to me, I would
Yeah.
100% take it.
Both rounds. I need both rounds of the vaccine, though, not just one round. I'm not doing that 52%
Right.
vaccinated.
21 days later, yeah.
The way I look about it, there's repercussions for taking it. There's repercussions for not taking it too. So yeah,
It's a weird thing, man. I always say, like, we have social media and we're all so connected, but I think we're more, what's the word? I can't think of the word now. Starts with a D.
Divided.
Disconnected.
Divided. Thank you.
Nice.
We're more divided than ever before, and it's just weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sucks. That's why we're here. We're here to fix all the dividedness.
Yes.
Bring everyone together through music.
That definitely helps.
Everybody
Yeah.
play nice, you sons of bitches.
Good spin, Bon Jovi. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Bon Jovi. I
Yeah.
can't believe it to me.
Living on a prayer, baby.
I was like, this is it. I made it. Don Bon Jovi's here.
I like to say I left New Jersey to get away from Bon Jovi, and now he just appears in my first Zoom call. So thanks.
Right.
Oh man. So what can people expect from you guys in 2020? Let's just say things are kind of like where they are now. 'Cause I think we have to plan things that way just for the time being. What's next for you guys?
More rocking.
Yeah.
First and
2020
foremost.
happened.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say this without giving too much away. The next album will be out most likely in this year in 2021, and it's very heavy. The Filth Wish is, on a scale of maybe 1 to 10, 1 being the lightest and being the heaviest. Filth Wish is maybe like a 4 or 5, kind of compared to where the rest is, and there's some Slipknot-esque kind of riffs and breakdowns that we haven't really yet put out into the world. So for any fans of heavier music, that's kind of where it's at.
Yeah. There's like gonna be a song that's lighter too, for sure. Because we
Gotta appeal to the lighter people.
Yeah, I mean, but I really love it too, so I don't want to like shit on it or anything. But it's a great. The whole thing is gonna have a really I'm trying to think of the right word, but it's like the whole sound really makes sense.
Right.
Instead of the first album where it was kind of all over the place, but also we knew that going into it. But this one is definitely more concentrated thought, so it's cool.
And new music, hopefully more shows. We haven't gotten a chance to really show Steve off a whole lot because we played a handful of shows before everything locked down, which sucked. But I think when people see us, hopefully this year, they'll realize like, oh shit, these guys got it together. So.
Well, we just saw him smashing those drums a few minutes ago. So
You also
Does that really well. Yeah.
You also witnessed the debut of my fantastic mullet too. So
Yeah, the mullet made its first appearance.
it was first debut.
I feel like mullets kind of made a comeback to a certain degree.
Steve's
Oh,
making it
2020.
make a comeback.
In
They are
2020.
rocking, my friend. They are rocking and hard.
I love it. I love it.
2021 is the year of the mole.
I love it. We can do those things now. It's socially acceptable now.
Right.
Again,
I feel like
maybe.
once everything comes back, everyone's gonna have to be like re-socialized into society. We're gonna have to be like, how do you like just do anything?
Start all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess also to like kind of go off your question too, as far as what we have planned for 2021, we're looking at kind of recording a song at a time over the year. It's kind of what our plan is, having some merch throughout there also. Hopefully in the next month or two, looking to have a vinyl release of Time to Panic. So that should be up sometime in the near future as far as like new merch goes. And then once we have everything together with the new songs, you'll be hearing more about it then, because we are super excited about it and want to make sure it's perfect for you guys. So
awesome. And where can the people find you on the internet?
Pat's
Yeah,
all
what's
about
up?
that.
All right.
How did I find it?
I know.
So we're pretty much everywhere. Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all under Crooked Ways Band. No spaces, just Crooked Ways Band, no numbers. You would have found us on all the social media. We're definitely the most active on Facebook and Instagram. I like having Twitter. I'm just really behind at keeping up with the band Twitter. So sometimes I pull on Zach to help me with that one. And I appreciate when he hops on there when I'm slacking on it. So we really appreciate it. And especially on Snapchat, we use that mostly when we're in the studio. So when we're popping in there to record new songs, you want to add us on there to see when exactly we're doing that. Maybe there'll be some snippets of new songs on there. So definitely something to keep an eye out on.
No TikTok?
No, not yet. I took
Oh,
I took two
no.
TikToks. I took
No.
two on my personal TikTok of
The music
making
video
the music
stuff,
video.
right?
And
Yeah.
I literally took like I took two in the beginning and then didn't take any other ones. So the first one I'm like, this is what it's like to do a music video part 1, and then there was no part 2. So that didn't go very far.
He's right though. We have to get on there. I'm very pro TikTok. TikTok is like memes on steroids. Like
It's funny because
want to be Vine.
TikTok is so like what you want it to be, because like my fiance and I both have TikTok, and on her like For You page, hers is a bunch of like couponing stuff and house cleaning stuff and like a lot of like those like sensible things, and just Star Wars memes and really stupid videos, because that's what I watch on there. So it can really be what you make it. And honestly, before I got it, I thought it was just like a bunch of stupid trends and memes, but
yeah. I think for me, like, I'm not that creative at all. So I don't even know what I would do on TikTok if I was to do something. And I mean, I see a lot of videos on there, and it just seems like it's a lot of time that people spend making those videos what they are.
I will say I was very surprised when I was making a video. I was very surprised at how many like effects and songs they have pre-installed on the app.
Okay.
So that made it like there's so many songs. You can literally just type in a song and it'll show you if it's on there or not. There's like hundreds of effects you can use, and you can like record a little bit, stop it, record a little bit later, and like put it all together. So I think it seems like it's a lot of effort. I'm not saying it's not a lot of effort, because I think a lot will definitely have to go into it, but I was definitely impressed with the capabilities, like after you record a video, what you could do.
Guarantee you, if you choke your cat, that'll go viral. Probably not for the right reasons, but that's watchable content for some people.
PETA has now joined the chat. Yeah.
There's this one guy on here. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but he does like iPhone, like things you don't know. Like this is a thing I bet you didn't know about the iPhone or whatever. And he just like goes into, oh no, don't do that. What's his name? What's his name?
John Bon Jovi.
John Bon.
iPhone expert.
Can Sanity, I guess his name is. But he's like worth the follow if you're an iPhone person. It's a little fast. I have to watch it usually like 1,000 times. Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe he does it on purpose. So you have to watch it 1,000 times to figure out what he said. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I haven't jumped in 100% yet. And because I'm not that creative and I'm not that interesting. I don't even know what I would do.
You don't have to be like creative. There's a guy that I only go to. He's the only TikTok guy I follow. It's not even on my phone. I asked my wife if I can watch this guy on her phone because she's the one with an account. He has a pet deer, and he just documents what he does with this pet deer down in like Georgia, where the hell he's from. But it's so he's not creative. He just follows the deer around and he talks to it, and it's super entertaining.
But that's funny. Yeah. I mean, that's
exactly. That's what everyone says. You should get on there.
I don't even have a deer I can go find to talk to.
That would probably stay with you. I was imagining you being like, "May I have some more TikTok, please? I don't have it. I don't have my own."
No, it's funny because he treats a deer like a dog. Like it's just
5 minutes of TikTok a day.
Yeah, 5 minutes of feeding your pet deer.
I think what you guys should do for your first TikTok is just have Steve just show off that mullet. Just
exactly.
Smash the drums with that mullet and you'll be golden.
Steve, you got any mullet hacks for us?
1 second every day. Yeah.
A sleeveless shirt or something like just real weird.
We got plenty. I got a wardrobe full of camo. Like I'm good to go. Like
perfect. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Some shirtless booby tassels.
No, we can.
Oh, well then I can't see the mullet.
Like, howdy, partner. Like, how are we doing today? Do we have to do this?
Do we have some mullet care for you?
Mullet
if there's
care.
anything you get from this today, just please grow a mullet. Do me a favor.
Hashtag mullet.
Yes.
Make mullets cool.
Yeah. I had pretty long hair until I shaved it off in June. But there's a picture where I didn't have a mullet, but I tucked my hair. So I was like, what if I did have a mullet? So that's definitely definitely worth a look.
I'm actually growing the hair on the top of my head, like all the way back, kind of. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. This is the longest my hair's ever been. It goes like down to like the middle of my nose.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I
Wow.
never would have guessed. Yeah, that's
No,
mullet
it's-
material.
It's back there. It's back
No,
there. But
keep
you
it
know,
going.
I'm also like receding though, so it's like, you know what? I'm too old for this shit.
So is LeBron James. It's fine. You guys can rock it.
He's
Right?
worse off than I am though, man. I don't know what he's doing. Just shave it. Just shave it. What are you doing? You're married. You have these kids. Like you're a millionaire. Like what are you doing?
Steroids.
Steve,
will
I
do that
found
to
it.
you.
He doesn't need it. He doesn't.
There
need
it is, Steve.
I don't know if he does steroids.
Oh, nice.
There's my mullet.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
good
there
look.
it
Pat.
Yes.
Yeah.
You look like a different person in that picture.
Right? That was early quarantine days. That was like April. It was in the thick of it.
Yeah. That was one interesting thing, just seeing people like. It kind of pissed me off actually though, because like I've had a beard since I can remember. I don't have a very strong jaw, so the beard hides the lack of jaw that I have, right? So I haven't had a beard for a long time, but like all of a sudden people weren't going to work anymore. They were, we're working from home and they were growing these beards and thinking like it was cool. I'm like, you fuckers. So
It's
the
so funny
anti-beards for
looking.
so long, and here we are.
Right.
Now it's cool.
Yeah.
Now it's cool.
It's so funny looking back at like in March when like all the celebrities put out that Imagine thing like 3 days into quarantine. Like we'll get through it. It's day 3. Like everyone's singing Imagine, and it's like we're still here.
Yeah. Well, those people got destroyed on the internet too. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
there's all these like
Yeah.
billionaires like who have no idea what it's like to be out of work, and I guess
Yeah,
unless you're like an actor or
absolutely.
actress, but like
Yeah.
they're not the people that are trying to survive on 20 grand a year or whatever.
Mhm.
Who that lost
Yeah.
those jobs. So out of touch, kind of,
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the bad taste
Yeah.
right there.
I get they were trying to do something like inspiring, but like, know your audience,
Mhm.
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 And post it on Twitter places. Like you get destroyed on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, that was so bad. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
They'll make it through. Those poor people.
Now I'm sure if they sung like Another Kind of Sky or something, we would have felt differently. We'd be like, this is amazing. But that they did not.
Yeah. There was other people too. There was that and something else that another group did. I think it was like the Me Too thing, or no, was it Black Lives Matter? It's a bunch of white people like saying things. It's like, God,
It's a bunch of white people doing something. Yeah.
stop it! Stop it! Like, I can't remember the campaign. Like, I don't know. It just didn't make sense. And again, I understood what they're trying to do, but it just, I don't know, not for me. But I'm not a millionaire, so I guess they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this has been a lot of fun. I'm excited for what you guys have coming up this year. If I can do anything to help you out, please, by all means, let me know. I unfortunately do not have a show on the radio to play your music. So that's why I had to resort to this. But I mean, I like this, and I couldn't do this on the radio,
Yeah.
No,
I guess
you're-
Yeah, you should like
Speaking
this.
of,
This is cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of radio too, Filth Wish will be playing on, is it 97.9 up in Scranton on Sunday night during their the local band hour.
Locals
So-
only, yeah.
Locals only from 7 to 8. So tune in during there to hear the radio premiere of Filth Wish.
I'll tell you what, Patrick. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So I will be. So this is the first. So you guys premiered a video. This will be the first public announcement that I will be leaving the radio stations that I work for at the end of this month.
Wow.
Oh.
So with that being said, if I was still going to be working for the stations and you went and promoted the X on my platform, we would have made a TikTok of me choking you out.
And how could you? I had a feeling that was gonna go sour as soon as you started doing
No, I'm
that.
totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. It's all good. I love those guys, Duffy and Lazy E.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good spot for you guys to be too. That's where you want to be. But yeah, I'm leaving the radio stations at the end of this month.
That was Alt 92.1, now Q92,
Q92.
or whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah, 90s and now or whatever it got changed to.
Yes. And you know what? I mean, the music's cool, right? It's music that you know, it's music that you've heard of before. It's music that you heard in junior high and things like that. And it's just cool. It's good stuff. I had an opportunity to go work for Axelrad Screen Printing in Wilkes-Barre. If you're not familiar with them, check them out. If you ever need band merch, if you're not loyal to anybody, definitely hit me up. But great facility there. They're moving to a new spot in Wilkes-Barre, and so yeah, it's a great opportunity. Something I couldn't pass up. Yeah, I'll be starting there on February 1st.
Nice. Well, congrats to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And also your new endeavors, quickly becoming the Howard Stern of NEPA podcast scene.
I'll take that.
Yeah, this is where it's at. Podcasts are where it's at.
I mean, that's
Growing-
John Bon Jovi approved
growing.
right there.
Well, I'm glad I started doing this too, because like I'll still be like, I think, involved like in the local scene. And Axelrad and those guys, like I think half the staff are in bands, or at one time were, and we do a lot of work with the local bands too. So that'll be cool. And then having this, so I don't lose touch of what's going on. And eventually, once things kind of get better and we can do shows again, I'd like to put together some showcases and kind of continue to help give people a platform where they can be exposed and play to different audiences. So I'm excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be.
Yeah, absolutely should be. Yeah.
I think you got a whole lot of. You have a really awesome pool of talent, up in the Scranton area, even all around Eastern PA. So there's always people like us. Like to us, we feel like we might be known in the Lehigh Valley, but you just go a few miles north, and there's just so much untapped potential out there, and so many people who are dying to do something like that. Like you put up a post right now, you're putting together a showcase. I bet people would be chomping at the bit to get on it. So
yeah,
100%.
you're in a good spot to do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. So, well, guys, thank you again. Looking forward
Thank
to
you.
what we have going on. So
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Super
Yeah, thank
appreciate
you.
it.
awesome, guys. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
We'll see you.
Thank you.
Yep.